Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Kuma's Kitchen. And what have we got today? Simpsons steamed ham. And you're looking at this going, Kevin, I know what ham looks like and that ain't ham. Well, you'd be saying that if you never saw this episode of The Simpsons. I think it was about 25 years ago. So let me quickly give you the story. Skinner, the principal of the school, who's, well, a bit of a, not always the smartest guy, right? I think he's missing a couple slices to his loaf. And then there's Chalmers, who's superintendent. So in this episode, Skinner invites Chalmers over, basically smooth him with making dinner for the boss and all that kind of stuff. And he ends up burning the ham. So everything's going bad. When Chalmers looks in the kitchen, there's smoke, and he's basically, oh yeah, this is from the steaming clams. But what he does is he actually gets Krusty burgers and brings burgers in, and Chalmers is looking going, that's not steamed clams or steamed hams, right? He said, no, it's steamed hams. And he goes, that's not steamed hams. He goes, well, yes it is. And in Albany, New York, they call hamburgers steamed hams. Steamed hams. Well, anyways, it turns out that there is such a thing as a steamed cheeseburger. Only in Connecticut. There's a place in Connecticut that makes them. So guess what we're doing today? We're making steamed hams, or actually we're making steamed cheeseburgers. I know, it's pretty strange, but actually it turned out pretty good. just made a bit of a mess of my steam basket, that's all, which I'll soak for a bit before I wash it. But let's have a bite, because what it's done is the steaming, and when I saw it cooking in there, is that very juicy burger. And I do like juicy burgers, so let's have a bite of this. Oh yeah, it is juicy. It's really good. It's a little different from a grilled burger. You know, kind of charring on there. You just get juicy burger, and then the cheese gets melted in the steamer too after. So it just all happens in there. Pretty easy to make. I'm not too sure what to clean up afterwards, but pretty easy to make. So let's go in the kitchen and make some Simpsons steamed hams right now. Actually, before we go into the kitchen, so what was it that got me to make Simpsons steamed hams? I mean, I haven't seen The Simpsons for quite a while now because we've got Netflix and it's not on there. But we have a new patron at Kuma's Kitchen, and this is a Master Chef patron. This means top level patron. And when they ask, hey, Kevin, can you do this? Well, yeah, I'm going to try, that's for sure. So this patron said, hey, you know from The Simpsons, we love The Simpsons. This is Matthew. You can see the name at the end. Matthew and his friend Aaron love The Simpsons and asked, hey, Kevin, can you make steamed ham? I was like, yeah, okay, steamed ham, yeah, sure. All right, so that's how this all happened. So if you're a patron, you want something made, yeah, send me a message. I'm always happy to keep patrons happy because, hey, you guys help support me, support the creation of all these recipes. So you want a recipe made, we're gonna make it. All right, now back to our regular aired programming. Let's go into the kitchen. All right, so the ingredients are pretty simple and basic, really easy to make. Across the front here, we've got a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, an egg, and a quarter cup of panko breadcrumbs or any other breadcrumbs. Kind of a dry breadcrumb would be nice. Then over here, well, this is the for the burger patty and including that too. This is 12 ounces or 340 grams of ground meat. And I like it always as I get like a 60-40 split. I think it's about 60-40. 60% beef, 40% pork. I find it has more flavor when you get that pork in there and a little bit more fat and stuff throughout. So it's just perfect for a nice burger. Over here, cheese, 5 ounces or 140 grams of cheddar cheese. And just to give it that nice look of a cheeseburger, I picked a yellow cheddar cheese and an orange cheddar cheese this time. And that's grated. And then, now I would usually use two long buns. The reason I use long buns for this instead of the round hamburger buns is because of what we're going to be cooking it in. So you're going to see in a minute why that shape is required. I couldn't get 2 long buns today, but I could get a large ciabatta bun, and I just cut it in half, split it open, and there we go. Those are like 2 long buns. So I'm going to put that off to one side right now. And let's have a look at the apparatus we're going to be using. So, actually I should start bringing that water to a boil while we're doing this. Let's get that going up on high. And this is our steamer. And I know it looks like a satellite dish, right? But no, it's not. I believe I had one somewhat like this in Canada too, so I think they're pretty universal. And it just fits inside the pot. Now you can see why I want to make 2 long patties, so they can go across on either side. I get the most out of that area. If I made them round, well, I could probably get 3 in there, and that would be about it. So, this way I can get 2 big ones. Perfect. Let's mix up our burger. Put you over there for right now. So I'm going to bring a bigger bowl in here. Get that egg in there first. I'm going to beat the egg. All right. Just give that a bit of a beating until it's all brought together, the white and the yolk. All right, now I can throw the meat in there. And then the salt and pepper can all go in there. Get rid of all those. Mix that around a little bit. Get that egg mixed throughout. And the salt and the pepper too, of course. Alright, that's starting to come together. So what we're going to do now is add in the panko breadcrumbs. Now, what's great about these panko breadcrumbs, or basically any dry breadcrumbs, is that they're going to hold the juices. Instead of the juice from the fats and stuff running out, going to hold it in there, and that's what makes for a nice juicy burger. And the fact that we're steaming it's also helping with that. Alright, so it's going to use a cutting motion. Oh, don't spray all over the place. Kind of a cutting motion to go through here. Cut back and forth until it all comes together. Wow. Of course, there's only a little bit of water, so it comes to a boil real quick. That is ready. Just going to turn that down for a minute until we get that all together. Yeah, settle yourself. Okay, calm down. All right. So, got that all together. What I do now, I have to get my hands dirty. So, get our hands in there, bring that together into one big piece of burger meat, and just kind of work it together a bit. Look at that, it's starting to come together nicely. The egg helps hold it together. And then I'm just going to split it into 2. So, about there. That's about even. A little bit more over that side. Okay, good. And then work that together. What we'll do now is I'm just going to make, I'm going to put it on here, so I'm going to make kind of an oblong shape. And bring that on there. All right, now on one side. And then bring the other one together. This is so easy. I love it. A little greasy on the hands, but hey. All right. Yeah. Even though I'm actually a carpenter who, eyeballs things by measure perfectly, and you can't even get the amounts of burger meat proper. Terrible, terrible. Okay, that's about right there. Okay, well, actually the one ciabatta is a little bigger anyway, so that's just perfect. All right, so now got them both in there. See, I got to keep them in so that this can fit up around it, okay? Look at that. Push them down just a little bit. And then, put that off to one side. That's all ready. Whew, that's hot. Lower that in here. Put the lid back on. I'm going to steam that 7, 8. Those are pretty thick, maybe 9 minutes. Just have a look and see what we think, all right? So, be back here in a few minutes, and then we're going to add the cheese and steam it a little bit more. And that's it. Ready. So easy. All right, there goes my phone telling me that 8 minutes are up. Let's have a look. All right, well, been nicely steamed. You see in there, they're very juicy looking. Yeah, quite different from what you usually expect from a burger, right? You get all brown and stuff on the outside. It's a little different. I'm gonna just have a look inside. Oh, looking pretty good. Pretty thick, so they can go for, I think they can go for about another 3-4 minutes, really. Usually you'd do thinner, but I'm about that thick on these ones, right? So, which is going to be fantastic, but it means a little bit more cooking time. So if you got about that thick, you know, it's 3/4 of an inch or less, 20 millimeters or less, yeah, 8 minutes is going to do. In my case, where you're looking at what, over an inch, inch and a quarter, and you know, what, 25 to 30 millimeters, yeah, we'll give it a couple more minutes yet, and then we're going to add the cheese. So I'll be right back. All right, so I went just about another 3 minutes, a little less than that, because we're still going to be cooking it for a little bit more to melt our cheese. So what I'm going to do now is take the lid off. And I want to form the cheese on top of here. I'm just going to bring that together a bit because I don't want cheese all over the place. And place that on top of the patty. And same with this one over here. Just kind of squishing my cheese together a little bit to hold it together. Put that up on top of this one here. Wow, we're heavy on the cheese. All right. Then, put the lid back on. About 2 minutes. That cheese should be melted, and then we're ready to eat. All right, while that cheese is melting, it's time to get our buns ready here. So, I'm gonna put some mayo on. You can whatever you want to put on here. You know, barbecue sauce, whatever you like. Mustard, ketchup. Please don't. I hate ketchup, but ketchup by itself. It's okay if you add some spicy stuff to it. All right, so I'm going to put mayonnaise on both because we both like mayonnaise. And let's put some on the top part too. A little mayo up here, a little mayo up here. Don't really need much of these. These are pretty soft, delicious buns ready, but still, get some mayo on there. Whatever you like. And then, I'm going to put a little sriracha on mine. Rico doesn't like that spicy, so we'll leave hers, but I'm going to put a bit of this on mine here. Oh yeah. There we go. So, whatever you want. Remember that these, we didn't spice up much in the patties themselves, so you want whatever kind of sauces or whatever you like on here. Let's have a look. How's our cheese doing? Oh, look at that melted loveliness. All right, just got a little bit more to go there. About another half a minute, and that's going to be ready to go on here. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I see a little bit there that hasn't quite melted, but that's about it. Look at a melty mess all around there. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's turn that off. And I'm going to try and get that out without burning my fingers. That's going to be hot. Let's go quick. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. There we go. Our flying saucer, our satellite dish is out. And cheese everywhere. I'm loving this. So what we're going to do, first of all, just grab a patty, or a bun, and stick that on here. All right. And do the same with this one over here. And then we've got a little bit extra cheese still here, right? So we don't want to waste that. You're going to scoop some of that. Yeah, that didn't work as planned. Scoop some of that and just smear that. You got to say smear, not smear. Smear that on there. Same with this. That on there. All right. That's going to take. It's going to take a little cleanup there, but I guess no worse than a grill. So hey, fantastic. Let's put that off to one side. Let's finish assembling those. Squish that down. Oh, that meat is looking in quite juicy. Actually, it's held all the juices in. So I think that's going to be fantastic. All right. Let's have a look at one. Look at that. There we go. All right. So if you like this recipe, stick around. Who knows what other crazy recipes you might find. And also, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell, because who knows what crazy recipes might come up in the future and you don't want to miss those. All right. Now, go make this Simpsons steamed hams and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.